Hi, this is Amanda Dolan, and welcome to the Mental Society. Today is March 3rd, 2023. And 7 years ago, today, I made a plan, a really detailed, exact plan on how I was going to end my life. It was specific. And at some point while I was laying there, and this plan was being formed, I heard a voice, and that voice said, "I'm not done with you yet." That wasn't a psychotic break voice. That was the universe or the Holy Spirit or God, my higher power, my whole self. I don't know. But I felt it, and I knew that I had to get help. Luckily, I was able to get that help, and that help beyond medication and therapy and all of those things. The most important thing that I got from all of that was that I no longer believed at the core of who I was that I wasn't good enough and that I was a burden to the world. And so I needed to leave. That my children were better off with me not here. That having no mother was better than having me as a mother. So that's really hard to think about, especially now that they are so much older. And I see all of these amazing things that they've done and that I've gotten to watch them do, whether it's from my son's first football game, my daughter's first choir recital, or perhaps it's, the time that I got to take my daughter on a trip, just the two of us, and see a place that we had never been, or laughing in the car with my kids and driving across the country to see a million different things. There's so much that I would have missed. And there's so much that's not true about the world doesn't need me. I'm not exactly sure why I'm here and what my purpose is. I know that I'm well on my way to figuring that out. And along the way, I hope that I am helping others feel less alone in their journey through their mental health and mental wellness. I am so good about taking my medication. I have been made fun of because I have those little medicine, I don't know, they're little containers. Each day has its own little spot. And I have that, so I know for sure whether or not I've taken my medicine. Not just that, I have a reminder that pops up on my phone for Sunday to remind me to refill that. So yeah, I'm really good about taking my medication. I did all of the therapy to the point where my therapist told me I didn't need therapy anymore, but I could come back when I felt, or if I felt I needed it. I have worked with coaches to help myself grow and learn more about myself and the messages that were lying to me, and changing those messages. And with all of that work and the medicine and therapy, all of it, I'm better. And also those thoughts of the world doesn't need you creep in. They're much quieter than before, and I know how to handle them. And what I mean by that is because I now have an understanding that there are people here that need me, even if it's just my kids, just like that's a just, but whatever the reason is, whoever I'm here for, or for myself, for my friends, I'm here. And I know that the world is better with me here, and yet I hear those voices and I don't like that I hear them. And it makes me think that if I am hearing those voices, that, you know, and by voices, I like not, somebody standing next to me talking, just that inner voice that sometimes tells you whatever it is. And that voice tells me sometimes that you're not enough and you're a burden and end your life. Now I know how to stop that. I have tools and resources. I have people to call. And for that, I'm grateful. And here's the thing though, is that if someone that talks about mental health all the time, who has all the people that support them, medications, access to care, lots of work behind me, someone who's really open about what they've been going through. If I am still hearing those, like, or feeling that, and I don't want to tell people, in part because I'm embarrassed that, like, oh, I talk about how I overcame this, and yet here I am still struggling occasionally. I don't want to tell people because then they'll think I'm a fraud or a fake or whatever it is. And here's the thing: is I'm not. Mental illness is insidious, and it creeps in when you least expect it. And because it's so hidden, and there's still stigma around it, we don't talk about it enough. And you can feel so alone, which then perpetuates the whole "the world's better off without me in it" thoughts, or "I'm a burden" thoughts, because you don't want to share them, because you don't want to bring anyone else down. You don't want people to worry about you, whatever the reason is. When you don't talk about it, it stays hidden, and other people continue to feel alone in that. But here's the thing: is here, I'm a human living with a mental illness that is well treated and well under control. And I still have thoughts that the world doesn't need me. And I still have times where I feel so alone. And so I just want to remind you that you're not alone, that hope and help are all around you. So thank you for letting me share whatever this was. And until next time, this is Amanda Dolan, wishing you good health, mental and otherwise.